Yeah. Well, another game where two different types of performances, and one where we're real aggressive and we're on our toes, and another one where we get knocked back on our heels a little bit and play too careful. And then it seems to show itself, at least early in the season. Every game so far, we've had a young person's big mistake cost us, and that we need to grow out of those. There's so many different things that can happen. That it's almost like you have to experience it one time with these guys to get the lesson learned. So hopefully that's the case. So we gave up a couple of goals that we didn't think we needed to. Other than that, I was real happy with the power play at the end to be able to convert when we needed it most. Nice play, and I thought guys like Cahoon and Kane, in particular, Signer, of course, might have been the best player on the ice, but Cahoon and Kane stepped up big and played like seniors and gave us big time minutes with the absence of a couple of guys that really might help us down the stretch.
Was Cahoon, was that goal that he set up kind of encapsulate what his improvement this year? It seemed like he had a great understanding of time and space to be able to set that up, to wait long enough for...
Yeah, he's demonstrated that he's had a little bit more poise with the puck, and we're just trying to get him to use those puck skills. He's got pretty good hands. Use those puck skills properly, and that was a classic example of stepping up, picking off a play, and then penetrating the zone and protecting the puck and making a nice play all around. That's a good example of putting it to good use. Last week he talked to you about a play that he made, just trying to overhandle a puck that created a big time turnover. Mark's been a great competitor though for us, and his strength shows itself game in and game out.
The mistake you were talking about earlier was the second, the one that led to the second goal, the unnecessary clear out.
Yeah, exactly. He's a freshman with a puck, and he just and he's going to be a great player, and he's pressing a little bit. No need to give up possession of the puck, and just wraps it, and the thing ends up back in the crease and banged home. Then there were secondary mistakes too around the front of the net. People covering space, everyone where they're supposed to be, but not going to people at the most critical of times. You got to negate people, and you can't just stand in there and think, well, we're playing a zone defense. There's no zone in grade A. You play man to man and take plays and opportunities away from people.
Is it hard to know whether to feel good about this one or frustrated at this one?
No, I'm not. I don't think we should feel too good. I mean, we feel a whole lot better than, I feel good about getting that power play goal and getting ourselves back into the game and giving ourselves a legitimate chance to win the game. Feel good about that the team continues to show resilience and perseverance. We've done that all along, and that's a great trait. But I mean, we've got to clean up things so that we're not putting ourselves in that position, so we learn to win one-goal games. We're not so gifted right now and developed so now that we're going to blow a lot of people out. But if we play thorough, we can win one-goal games as well as anybody else. Right now, we haven't solved that piece of it yet to play well enough to win those one-goal games.
You called timeout with about 5 minutes left. What did you tell the guys?
I didn't call timeout. They called a timeout. They called. That's okay. But I mean, and I was thinking about using the timeout at the end, and I didn't think we absolutely needed to rest-wise.
Yeah, they announced over the thing it was yours.
Yeah, or did they? Yeah, it wasn't my timeout. It was their timeout. I think what happened, they called a timeout because they had just taken nice and they couldn't change their players. The only way they could change their players is to take the timeout, and then they're allowed to make then they can change players if you use your timeout. So they didn't want to get caught with fatigued players on the ice in a mismatch. Probably a pretty good timeout.
What'd you tell your guys during their timeout?
During their timeout, I just basically make sure we get pucks out and get pucks in. Nothing blind and lateral. Keep your feet moving. Get pucks to the net. Who's the guy? Who's going to be the guy?
Past couple games you've gone up 1-0, and then it seems like giving up the lead, but so your team has been resilient. But is there anything to be said about the fact that you go up?
Well, I don't know how strong we are yet. I mean, I don't want to overstate this because I honestly don't know. But I was thinking to myself as the second period was closing out that the other team was older and a little bit stronger, and that our guys, you know, there's 9 freshmen on the ice. I mean, there were 9 out there. So shift after shift after shift, do they have the same level of endurance? Do they have the same, it's not that they were not well conditioned, but do they have the same strength? Can they play as hard, as long as a group of guys that have been training the way college kids do for 2 or 3 years, 4 years, you know? So that's, you know, I keep asking that question, and that's why I think we're going to rotate our lineup a little bit, because it only stands to reason that when we get 2 kids right out of high school in that lineup. You know, it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what their strength factor is as the season goes on, and it's interesting to watch as the game progresses how some of those guys hold up. You know.
Anything else?
Thanks. Coming out of this one, for a while, it looked like you guys had leads for a while, but then you guys made a comeback at the end. Is it hard to feel good or bad coming out of it?
It's good that we got the 1 point, but you know, we came out skating pretty hard in the second period. You know, I kind of had a little bit of a lull, and it took us about halfway through the third period to get going again. Lucky enough, our power play came through for us, so we can get that tying goal.
Darren, are you at this point kind of comfortable setting up for defense at kind of pretty much anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, whether they want to play, I'm going to do what I can to help the team, so whatever they want to have me play,
Is that what you were looking for? Was a deflection possibility there?
Yeah, possibly trying to get a screen in front. I mean, we had to play on the other side, so I placed the shift in front and get a screen, and TJ made a good shot. And, so.
Paul, first time back, how do you feel you played?
2 goals I'd really like to have back. You know, this is one of those games where the team bailed me out of a situation, and I'm going to have to get them back later in the season by stealing a game. You know, it is good that we got the 1 point, but, you know, the first goal, there's no way that should have went in. I was too deep in my net. The second goal, that was a defensive error. We had 5 or 6 seconds behind the puck. One of our forwards just wrapped it blindly. That was just, you know, a young defensive mistake in that part. And the third play, I played it wrong. I thought I had more time, which I didn't, so I kind of got caught between either going completely paddle down or being in a coil. And, you know, I wish I had that first and third goal back. I think we deserved a better fate tonight. But like I said, I'll definitely steal a game later on and make it up to the guys.
How do you feel physically?
Physically, 100%. 100%.
Is that encouraging, at least for you, now to feel like, all right, you back at least on that level?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, the biggest downfall was not skating for 2 weeks. You know, that takes a lot on your legs, and especially mentally. You know, not seeing the puck, not seeing releases of shots and stuff. But you know, I had a good week of practice last week, and looking forward to a good week this upcoming week. But we got to focus on tomorrow's game. And you know, it's in a smaller rink that Providence has there, we're not going to be able to, you know, skate as much as we did. It's going to be a more physical game, but you know, the guys are expecting that, and you know, we're going to show up tomorrow.
Darren, you guys have gotten a lot of your offense from defensemen. I realize you're playing some of both and things. Is that something that eventually teams are going to adapt to? Do you guys need more scoring up front to kind of balance things out?
I mean, couldn't hurt, but I mean, we have a lot of skill up front, so it shouldn't be a problem if teams start to key on that. And you know, we have a lot of skilled guys up front that can make plays, so I'm not worried about that. No, a lot of good players.
I guess for either guy, just talk about that 30-second goal there. 1 second left in the second period. It must have been kind of deflating going to the locker room after that.
Yeah, no, it was. We, you know, it started off down on their end. Our right defenseman had the puck and wound up for a slap shot instead of just wrapping around the boards. It went off a shin pad. Puck came down in our zone, scrambled for a bit, and you know, one of our players, you know, had the puck, had no one on them, and just blindly wrapped it. And that's just a young mistake. And we talked to that individual, and you know, he's going to bounce back fine. And it's you know, and that's one thing that you know, that we have expected this year. We do have a young team, and there's going to be those young mistakes, and it's how you bounce back from them, and it's how quickly you get them solved. So.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.